Trap time.
You know what I mean? Originator of that.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
term.
big claim.
That's a term. I created the term trap time. Yeah.
That's a big claim.
Yeah, I created the term trap time. Don't let nobody tell y'all different.
I'm from where the folks are friendly. Yeah, Mike Scrilla. Yeah, I've been doing this shit for a long time. Yeah, But remember, I'm the one that doing this shit. I'm the one that had y'all calling it Trap Town, nigga. Still rapping that Poco. West side with the EASTVIEW. All my niggas got it out the mud. Let me show you how we do.
I'm from where the folks are friendly. Well, that's what the signs say. But all my niggas toting serious.
In the trap like a one-way. Still rapping that Poco. West side with the EASTVIEW. All my niggas got it out the mud. Let me show you how we do.
I'm from where the folks are friendly. Well, that's what the signs say. But all my niggas toting serious.
In the trap like a one-way.
I grew up in a city town that we call Trap Town. You know what I mean? It's a trap, ain't nowhere to go in that motherfucker. They'll believe that. Got 5 brothers and sisters on my mom's side and 4 more sisters on my dad's side. My influence had to be in the bloodline because I always was into music. I always liked music. So my dad told me that his grandma did music. He remember listening and sit down on her play the guitar. His daddy was a jazz player out from Harlem, you know what I'm saying? So that was his way into music. You know, as soon as I started being able to really, you know, kick beats or whatever, I was into music. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was dancing, trying to sing and stuff that nature. You know what I mean? Just hip hop where I laid my head and rested it. The streets were like kind of, you know, something that was almost by default. I already understood it. I already been around the streets. I already, you know what I'm saying? I grew up around the street. You know, I lived right around the corner from a bootleg. You know what I'm saying? My Ain't Dot was a bootleg. It just, you know, the streets were just kind of like, that was just something like, almost like second nature, something that wasn't chosen. You know what I mean? It's something, you know, you work to get away from. You know what I'm saying? It's something that just happened by default. You know what I mean? But for the most part, my mom, she wasn't like that. My mom wasn't, she didn't even hardly ever drink. I ain't see her smoke a cigarette, drink or nothing. I ain't never really, you know what I'm saying? She would go to work, you know, worked as a nurse. My daddy, he wasn't around, so I didn't grow up with him. I know him, but I didn't grow up with him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't meet him till later on. And, you know what I'm saying? Actually, I haven't really met him face to face, so, you know. So but we talk, converse over the phone here and there, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't really met him face to face yet. But for the most part, it was more my dad, and my daddy was more like, you know, in the streets. And my mama wasn't like that. Prison changed my music because it changed my perspective. It really changed my perspective on people in general. Changed my perspective on my people, how to deal with people on a daily basis, because in there you couldn't just deal with nobody in a hot-head manner. See, in there when you dealt with somebody, you had to think about who you're dealing with. You gotta know who you're dealing with. So, you know, it put me in the habit of, in the practice of mentally knowing who I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So with that, you know what I mean, I just deal with people like that. I just know who I'm dealing with. I know I'm dealing with a dangerous person. They're dangerous, they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're cool. They got love for me, they don't, you know. You know, you just gotta deal with people how they is. So that's one thing, it changed my perspective, you know what I mean? And it made me look at things where, like, you know, you only live once. Don't hold back on what you trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're in them streets, you know what I'm saying? You got a chance to make moves, you better make them. You know what I mean? Before your homies make moves on you.
Looking at the pictures of my daughter, wondering where the time went. In the state, got me trapped behind a razor fence. The sentence that the judge gave me ain't even making sense.
Shit, when we first started, man, when we first started, we was some niggas just trying to get some music recorded and making it sound good. We was more focused on like, you know, being able to say we had a song. You know, being able to say, you know what I'm saying, hey, we got something. One day I was like, we got enough, I'm gonna put something together.
Where we at? Where we at right now?
So where we at? Talking about forward talking.
Nah,
Oh, where we at? Oh yeah. Okay, man, we at the 616, man. This is where all this shit started at. You know what I'm saying? This is where I started really kicking them beats. You know what I'm saying? Fucking around on the Casio, you know what I'm saying? Drum machine and shit. It was man, it was so many niggas in the hood over here. When we used to do that shit, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was about like turn like every motherfucking day, especially in the summertime. So we were calling that shit backroom records then. You know what I'm saying? Because the studio was in the very back room. That's why I was doing all this shit there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Look, the band tell him.
Look, I bet you in history, look, we the only nigga that had a studio in the band.
I'm talking about a studio.
Nah, you talking about over there by
I'm talking about Gene.
Gene house.
Yes.
In the cut.
When you do some hot shit, you know you good when you get that to that studio. Yeah. Ain't no but goddamn nigga rocking, they record music in the back.
Yeah.
Drinking beer. Man. And look at how they smoking goddamn. That when we was on that throwing me hard, man.
Big Migo pot.
Solo.
Yeah,
Solo, y'all.
That boy Solo, man.
Yeah, I just shot the shit for one.
Solo been around for a long time.
Hell, man. I seen Solo.
Every why
one
Solo
day,
came
bro.
to the hood like that. Mike, no?
I seen Skinny.
Recipe Yummy G.
Yeah.
For real. I remember that shit like yesterday when that shit happened to Yummy, man, at over there.
Yeah.
By the Big A Bar Park, man.
Shit, he turned back.
I ain't even know the fuck that shit can happen like that.
What's that? Ain't really.
Yeah, bro.
See, that was at the same house over there where we started at. That's what all the studios started at. In that same house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The same house that we he died at. Him and my mama died at that same house.
Right.
Real shit. Yeah,
So you got history, dog.
Yeah.
It was one of those songs that had that beat too. That beat was bopping.
Man, you know,
I forgot what song that, but you know, during the time when you were really doing your thing, all y'all doing y'all thing, what I was doing, in and out of YDC. In and out of YDC. I couldn't stay out long. This the first time I've been out this long, bro.
That's how AJ was. Like AJ was on the first CD. He was like 13 then. And then after the CD dropped, AJ was like,
We all around the same age group. We doing the hot shit. We running around robbing and
I wouldn't even
breaking in
when
shit.
AJ recorded. I see him up there with Skinny. I was like, man, you go there with Skinny.
Where it went to, it disappeared. Tony got it. That look.
Every time a nigga ain't around, they straight up talking like hoes.
Man, we don't give a damn who
Hey, Joe, look at us and shit, goddamn.
Nigga can't be worried about what you drink.
I ain't no saying.
Hey, look, if you ain't drinking no good shit, why don't they buy you some? What you worried about? Nigga? If I ain't got enough dough, why won't you buy me some? You know what I'm saying?
Alright, man, call it right quick. I gotta get a shot at it, man.
Alright, that's the big one.
I keep my heat up on 24/7 degrees. Every day we're rolling lights and G's and we be slanging. Stomach all fucked up.
He filming. He filming, but it right here, little bro, a real shooter. So you come out with that bullshit, he gonna light you up.
Oh, you know what's going on. Me,
Gang,
man,
gang.
big bread gang shit, man. 4L, man. This our block, man. You already know what the fuck going on. These days.
Hell, I could have went to Spotify and pulled it up.
It probably is on Spotify.
It is. If it's on United Master, on Spotify.
It's time to help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
You said mass up.
Yeah.
That's the song name. Let me see.
Phil got the hook, and then I just got a verse on there.
I think I heard it before. What's your name on it?
Trap beat.
Trap Beat.
I got the Instagram and that shit fire. trap beat and shit. Might as well. Trap. Shit, my whole day life.
Let's go.
Yeah. I didn't really get like real introduced to it till like till you got out.
Yeah, cause you were young.
Yeah.
How old are you? Or what?
Shit, just 20.
20, yeah. I thought he was still 19, 18, 20. So he had to been about. Let me see. He had to been about 5. He was real young when I went to prison. Probably about 5 or something like that.
Kick on me.
I'm seeing thoughts of my past, they gon' finna relax. I was bound to get back to my ways. One in this dome distract, now it's back to the track. Got no time to be missing my plays. I had to learn to adapt, gotta stay off the map. Got no time to be catching the case. Flee in the sea, can't get caught. Another nigga, white chalk found his body, but then found his face. Mask up, I don't got no time to talk. I'm finna be doing the race. You can get hit in your jaw, the chopper will rest in your face. No fucks, I'm on the run from the law. I'm living my life like a boss. This shit exquisite, don't ask what it cost. He end up missing, I think he got lost. He gon' play like a victim, he getting I don't free my boys out the system. I can't take a loss, get the drop, I'ma bliss him. If it's about to go out, call the gang and we spinning. My shooter, my op, big bro doing the sentence, man. Free my boy fly. All this money I'm flipping, I beat up the block. Hit me a lick and I'm bringing my Glock. Ain't nobody see shit when that nigga got popped. Masked up.
You said Phil. Phil, G Phil.
Nah,
I feel from Ramon. I know. Yeah, I heard him. Yeah, I heard him. So. What y'all been shoot today?
yeah. I got something planned out. I'm gonna shit. Basically, like it's gonna be like a robbery scene type shit. You feel me? And like it masked up. That's that's the song. So shit, hit a lick, shit, come back and break that shit down. Basically.
Yeah, I heard him feel on somebody else shit. I think one of the Tay in the trucks or something.
I'll be on some building shit. You know what I'm saying? With the young one, cause they out there wilding. The shit that it's just and it's always those are the things that I would tell them, but at the same time, it's vice according on who they are. When I'm dealing with the individual, you know what I'm saying? So, but first thing, they should respect their elders so they can get knowledge. You know what I'm saying? If they don't respect their elders, they can't receive knowledge, because even if the elders trying to tell them something, they're too arrogant to listen. So first they gotta come humble and respectful in order to receive the knowledge. That's kind of what's wrong with whatever generation. They always say there's something wrong with this generation, that generation. But as I see it, each generation get worse and worse and worse, and they should be. If they blame it on the generation, then it's like this: you're not taking accountability of the things that you've done. There's things that you showed them, Because when my nephew asked me as when he get older, who was I was about to shoot at a time when he was 5 years old, then yeah, never would have known that he seen the incident, but he witnessed it. You know what I'm saying? So I take accountability on, getting close to him. Breaking real life down to him. You know what I'm saying? Explaining things in a way that he won't understand. He think it would be this way when it's not. You see what I'm saying? So by the time he's 25, it can fully kick in. You know what I mean? Why certain things happen a certain way it did. Because in his mind at that age, he didn't even understand that I was a kid myself. You see what I'm saying? Oh, he know that was my uncle, but he didn't know that I was technically a kid myself. You see what I mean?
We be turning like at middle school, we be turning like here. By middle school, everybody started doing a little something. Everybody was smoking weed and all that type of shit. Y'all know how y'all do it. Y'all thought y'all the only ones. See, them niggas young, them the youngin'. After that, yeah, we stay on the street, park right there down the street. So yeah, I'm just standing on the corner when I first sold my first dime bag. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I was like 15. I was 15, I was standing over there. You know what I'm saying? I tell you the story. I tell you the story. A lot of folks don't know how it started. My mama said it was time to, she was trying to goddamn. I came in the house one day. She talking about the rent gotta be paid. And she said something about fine or something. Shit, I went and found something. Shit, I hit me a lick. Well, by the time I came back home, she was talking about, nah, don't do that. I can get it, you know, all that. It was too late, shit. I had like 40 rocks before the night was over with. Nah, it was too late. That's when it started selling. And we was standing right here doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you go hang down there. I ain't gonna say his name, but I used to be over down there at the house right there. I already had to wait in after that. But hell, if you get your hand on some dope and you ain't never sold it before, you able to sell it. Shit. But yeah, shout out to my homeboy Stan though, man. You know what I'm saying? He was already making a move. His ass was already hot. They go to the police right there. Shit. He was already making a move.
But yeah. You did this, all right. So I noticed your hat say EASTVIEW.
Yeah.
Give me an idea. What's that? What it represent?
EASTVIEW is where we at. We in EASTVIEW. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in EASTVIEW. I raised in EASTVIEW. You know what I'm saying? I went to EASTVIEW church. You know what I mean? All that shit, man. And like, shoot, from what it is, man, I started wearing it on my hat and my clothes and stuff like that, cause like, shit, it's like, it looked like it's dying out.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like the people I grew up around, the elders and all that, a lot of people are leaving houses that people lived in, it ain't there no more, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, it made me start sitting down thinking about it more, than I named one of my albums, EASTVIEW. So from then on, I said, I'm just gonna start wearing it on my clothes and shit, cause one day it might not be no more. Look here, me and A2 was the only nigga really screaming for the police, right on that porch over there.
Right here?
Yeah, that's what happened, right here on the porch. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, that's why I was like that police brutality shit. Like, man, shit, if the police were black, we had beat his ass. You know what I'm saying?
So your standpoint, you know, a lot of artists, you know, particularly they scream for the police, and a lot of times it's more or less a trend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you feel like it's a trend that just, you know, established amongst communities, or do you take it personal?
I take it. I don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at police as law enforcement. Because by law, they're not law enforcement.
So what do you look at them at?
They're policy enforcers. They're enforcing policy and codes. That's not law. You see what I'm saying?
Elaborate.
Well, the only true law enforcement on the land is the sheriff and the coroner. You know,
gotcha.
They the one that's delegated to enforce law. The police are not delegated to enforce law. The police are operating on a private entity, a private corporation, which they do that to make money off of it. And it's really set up to where they really violating your rights. That's why I say fuck the police, not fuck law enforcement.
Gotcha.
Because I'm a law enforcer.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
I respect the law of the land.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
10 Commandments, Maya, whatever you want to go by. I respect the law. Because see, to me, the next man is law. We all law. So when I break the law, I hurt the next man. That's what's breaking the law.
So when it comes to law, you know, you just got to study in every individual. Like, every individual should study law until they got a system that's going to truly defend you. You know what I'm saying? Because this system don't defend anybody. They do trades. It's a trading block. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's almost like a ship. When you walk in the courtroom, it's almost like a ship, walking on the ship. You know what I'm saying? When they put you on a docket, what a docket on the ship. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, that's the wordplay they play with when it comes to that court shit. Makes you wonder, is it really the law of the land or is it the law of the sea? You know what I'm saying? You know, because the law of the sea, from my understanding, you know, it'd be, yeah, is you talking, shit. That's a law of commerce, commercial law. But you know, what do I know? I'm a nigga out the hood.
Okay, when it comes to a black officer try to prove their point to the white colleague.
Gotcha.
Because down here where we from, it probably ain't number 1 or 2.
Gotcha.
On the force.
Gotcha.
So he got to make them feel like that he's not trying to help his people, and he overdo it.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying? So he was overdoing it, and he was doing what he do, using dope just like the rest of them do. You know, you have some of them else got caught doing dope.
So the officer you talking about, he's from this community.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And that's no cut. You know what I'm saying? And the people in the community may be related to him, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They know he was wrong. Everybody in the neighborhood know he was wrong because he was doing their dirty work.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Yeah. And he don't even realize it. He probably realized it now. Yeah.
How long ago you said it was?
It was when it was 2000. It was 21 years ago.
He's still.
Yeah, he's still around. You know, he probably, I don't know where he living or nothing like that. You know, but he's probably still around and stuff.
Still a cop?
Nah.
Yeah.
Ain't no cop no more. That's why I say he probably realize it now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once you ain't in the midst of the bullshit, you sit back and realize how much bullshit you put out here, how much shit you created.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You gotta live with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to a lot of these politicians. You know what I'm saying? They right now they living with the shit that they done put out here.
Every day.
Especially down here, you know what I'm saying? And Trap Town, Georgia. You know what I mean?
I received a bachelor's degree in criminology. And I got an associate in criminal justice, so you know what I'm saying, that's out the prison. I got my GED in prison. So it was important for me to go to college and graduate, because when I graduated and I received my GED in prison, I was in solitary confinement. When I took my test, I was in the hole. And when I got my diploma back, I was in solitary confinement. So I graduated basically with my GED in solitary confinement. They came and gave it to me through a flap. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't nobody applauding and clapping their hand. That was the most self-motivating thing I ever experienced. You know what I'm saying? Because it was loud in my head, even though there couldn't nobody else hear it.
What advice you got for the new generation artists coming up?
The new generation? Let's see. That's something to think about. Respect your elders. Honor thy mother and thy father. Learn your history. You know what I'm saying? Know thyself. You know. I had an idea that I was gonna do film. I had an idea. But what it was, I wrote a book. You know, I wrote a book I had called Black Knight. And I never published it or nothing like that. It's actually written by hand. And I wrote that book because I was in solitary confinement. Shit, they had me in there for 2 months. And they wouldn't allow me to get a book. All I had was a Bible and a Quran. So, you know, I needed some entertainment. I had wrote so many songs and I was tired of writing music. So I just started writing a book. And I wrote a story, you know, which I never really put out, published or nothing. I never even went back and typed it up fresh and nothing. I just wrote it by hand. You know what I'm saying? And then after I got out the hole, I stopped writing it. I was just writing as long as I was in there because I had nothing to entertain my mind. So what I did, I started being creative. I was like, what do I need a book that I can write? You know what I'm saying? I can write the book. So, you know, that's just how I kind of did it. You know, because you sitting there for 2 months, you know, you run out of shit to do. You sitting there, you know, 48 hours, 24/7, 2 months, you know, 60 days. That's how much it was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, with that I had wrote about 100 songs. by then by the time then I had reached 100 songs I had wrote while I was in there. And I think that was like after 2 years of being locked up.
What does EASTVIEW mean to you?
EASTVIEW. I am EASTVIEW. You know, the meaning, that's about on there. The meaning I can get out of it. And I say that because nobody from EASTVIEW, nobody from Trap Town, like what we like to call it, Polk County, you know. And see the time they don't rep it like I do. Yeah. So, you know. And you know, you're gonna rep yourself harder than anybody. You feel what I'm saying?
How you got the name Third Eye Vision?
Third Eye, because Third Eye, I got the name Third Eye because I'm showing the people, I feel like I'm showing them what they can't see. And I capture what they can't see. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a third eye, you'll see the hidden message. You know what I'm saying? You know, the keys to life.
Hold on. Blast from the past like a fool, taking gas, the track is light, put a lighter to it as I spit lighter fluid. Video against the party, show them how we do it. Broadcast it on YouTube, now the whole world invited to it. Nowadays, everybody throwing gang signs, repping, swinging out like John Wayne on the old Western. So when I pass it to the right, I just watch the receiver. I'm back on top, I'm bringing faith out these non-believers. Keep that shit.
See, I've been performing since I was 16. You know what I'm saying? My first show, I opened up for Cash Money, Big Time, and that shit was beating in. And see, back then, hell, I was like 16, 17, no 16. Between that, and I opened up for them at the Atrium. You know what I'm saying? And I was supposed to have opened up for Mystical like a few months before that, but I had a playoff game. And I was playing football in high school. So all this took place in high school. And I had a playoff game, so I wasn't able to perform at that show. But then I was able to get on stage on that show. So with performing, I always been down performing. I was booking myself, since I was 16. I booked myself in that show. Most niggas was having to pay to get in that show. But see, the thing is, how I got in that show was like this. You know what I'm saying? Not to even call their names and nothing like that, but the niggas who was the promoters, shoot, they was moving working in the hood. So you know what I'm saying? I was a young nigga moving shit. So they fucked with me and they knew I did music, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I was able to just slide it in the show, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know what I mean? Cause I was kinda like, I guess you can say a runner. At that time I was a runner then, you know, so I was moving shit then. So you know, that's kinda how I just already made my way and my connection just because I was a young nigga getting money on the block, so you know what I mean? So I was constantly in shows. I'm talking about, that's how I was going from city to city and spreading my music, because I was able to be booked in shows. It was up to the point where like, shoot, at one point, that's why when I was putting out records, it would take me a while to put them out because I'd be doing shows and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
How you get that grind like that? Like to do shows, to press CDs up. Like where that grind come from? Like,
it come from wanting to be. It come from wanting. Put it like this: when I see myself in the music, I see myself in stores. I see myself on the screen. So in order to get there, I got to do what it takes to get there. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know, if I see myself in the interview, if I see myself on the CD cover. Because it was more like my grind started from like, okay, when I first started doing music, it was more like, man, if I can just get a song wrote, And then it went from if I could just get it recorded. Then it went from if I could just have beats. Then it went from if I could just have a studio. Then it went from if I could just have this shit on CD. If I could just be in the show. If I could just make some money off of it. You see what I'm saying? So the grind come from wanting to take steps. I respected the process. You know what I'm saying? So whether how long it take, you just keep on moving, man. It'll get where you want to get. Because now I can, you know, I can make money off of it.
Yeah.
Trap time.
Yeah, that's what we call it, trap time. Yeah, I'm the one that coined that term.
Now we're gonna get into that. I was living, really, I was being here,
Yeah,
and I knew
real.
that See the Town was called Trap
Time.
You know what I mean?
See what I'm saying?
And you say you originator of that.
Yeah,
That's
term.
a big claim.
That's a term. I created the term trap time. Yeah.
That's a big claim.
Yeah, I created the term trap time. Don't let nobody tell y'all different. You know what I'm saying?
Is that self-explanatory, or does that need some more enlightenment as far as why it's been called that for many, many, many years?
You know, see, I'm gonna tell you exactly where the term, why I coined See the Town Trap Time. Now the term Trap Time, I first heard it from Skinny J and nigga named Homicide, Marquez Dorsey and all them. I heard that term from them because when they was in school, before we clicked together and started Milestone, they was calling that shit Trap Time Records.
Gotcha.
And then when I first seen that term, I was like, shoot, we in Trap Time. And then from then on, it was like, okay, we merged together. I said, shoot, See the Time is Trap Time. I started calling it Trap Time. It wasn't that I came up with the word. It's just that I recognized that was somebody else. I don't know if they created the term or what. That's the first time I seen it. And I said, no, that's See the Time. And then I put that term on See the Time. It wasn't even my term. It was that. I don't know who did it, Marquez or Skinny J. I don't know who did it, but one of them, when they was doing that group thing together, that's where it come from. And I put it on See the Time. And then from then on, that's what it was.
Music is film. Music is film because the sound is like the music. You know what I'm saying? The sound is like the music, and the action is like the dancing. You know what I'm saying? I know how to you know, engineer mixing and mastering and stuff like that. So when it come to art, I'm into painting and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see this right here is my painting. You know what I'm saying? That's my daughter painted. She painted for me. And this painting here, I don't know who painted it, but it's a nice painting though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm into all that painting and everything. So you can, if I can draw a picture, paint a picture, I can capture it with a camera. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm already into writing, making music and all that. I'm into sound production, video production. It pretty much come easy, come hand in hand. Even when you're working on it and you editing and stuff like that, it come hand in hand.
So how long after you started rapping was you making beats? Or were you doing at the same time?
It may have been, I had already had a beat recorded before I had a song. You know, cause I was pretty much a freestyler. I wasn't really writing like that, but I was able to rap. But you know, I had more of I was more like a CEO mentality type. I was trying to figure out how to build a label. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole thing. Trying to work on building a label. After that, it was like if we ain't have it, I try to figure out how to do it. We ain't have a video. That's why the last step, we ain't have a videographer. I try to figure out how to do it. Who's gonna shoot video? So, you know, I come up, you know, I write songs. I'm a songwriter. I'm a producer. You know, I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm a screenwriter. You know what I mean? I can even act. You know what I'm saying? It just, goes on. I even dab in graphic designing. You know what I mean? It just, I'm into art. You know what I'm saying? That's my success come from, it's like this. The sensation of success come from seeing my work. Cause it's not like going to work for a Fortune 500 company and when you die, you can't say that's me. Nobody remember you as working in the 500 for, you see what I'm saying? Fortune 500 company. You know what I mean? So, you know, some people just want to live. Some people want to be remembered.
Why is it important to invest in your craft, no matter what you're doing?
It's important to invest in your craft because you basically investing into your company. Cause okay, let's say, I started out with videos. We're gonna talk about Third Eye Vision. This is why it's important to invest in your craft. Third Eye Vision. I started out kicking it with a dude. He had his own company. Okay. He was supposed to be doing filming. And what happened is, in his company, in his filming production, he was lacking. He didn't invest in his craft. So I was out shopping out his work, and then people wanted it. They put in their deposit. He didn't come through. Then, long story short, I started shooting. But I did that just to get these people for their, you know, cause they pay their deposit. Want to go ahead and be a man of my word, right? What happened was, shoot, I borrowed the camera, then I kept on shooting because more people kept coming, so therefore I created the company. And here it is, Third Eye Vision. Because what I did is I invested into my craft. I said, if I'm gonna do it, then this like this. I'm working a job, I'm gonna do it. Then I kept shooting videos. Every time I shoot a video, I save the money. And I buy a piece of equipment. Save the money, buy a piece of equipment. Save the money, buy something I need. Save the money, buy something I need. And I keep saving money, buy stuff I need. You see what I'm saying? And I would study how to do things, perfecting it, you know what I'm saying? And what happened was, sooner or later, you know, I'm getting booked. You know, now it's like, well, I invested so much money into it, you know what I'm saying? First of all, I have no choice, and I deserve to make enough to live off of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I invest into my craft. I invested money into my craft. I invested time into learning my craft. You see what I'm saying? To the point where, like, I'm realizing now, I'm thinking that I meet people who go to school doing the same crafts that I'm doing. Music production, film production. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna know how to make it sound good, look good, boom, 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 bam, wham, because they learned it in school. That's not the case. And if that's not the case, I'm seeing these people come out of school and I'm able to do it better than they doing it. Then I think that the school needs to come hire me to teach them. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't even know what half the stuff means on the software. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, all I know is what it does and what it make it look like.
Achievements can be addictive, you know what I'm saying? If you got that grind and every day.
Cause see, honestly, man, I would work with a lot of artists. Cause I may want to work with them with a video. I may want to work with them with production, make a beat for them. I may want to, you know what I'm saying? I may want to work with them in different ways. You know, that's kind of how I see that.
Yeah, cause you can do a song with Andre and Big Boy and turn around and put them in the film.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Cause see, I want to work with somebody in film. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I would want to work with Denzel. You know what I'm saying? In film. You know what I mean? I would want to work with, you know, certain actors. A lot of them I don't even know their name. I just watch a lot of shows, man, because I don't keep up with names. I just look at the art. You know what I'm saying? Which I should keep up with names, but I'm too busy trying to keep up with self, you know what I'm saying? So,
hey man,
yeah.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Hell nah. Hell nah. Ain't nothing in there.
So what's your creative process like recording wise? Like let people know what Do you go in or you just go in off the top of the head? Are you writing? You making the beat? Just take us to your world as you recording, like
musically. Musically, when I'm recording, it's more like when I'm making a beat, I just be making a beat. It's like when I create a song, it's nothing like. A lot of time it's not like, oh, I'm finna do this type of song. This the type of song I want to do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The only way I get that type of feeling is when I hear a song and I get inspired to make a song that's close to it or like it, or like kind of like my own type of remake touch. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, when I do it, it's more like I made the beat and whatever come out of it. And a lot of times when I'm making a beat, most of the time I don't ever write to the song, write to the beat. So I have beats that I haven't even wrote to. But if I got a song that I wrote the beat to, then I have a song, I have a hook before the beat finish. You see what I'm saying? I came up with a hook before the beat finish, and I don't even write it down. You know, sometimes I write, sometimes I don't. But sometimes I may sit there in the studio. Actually, it ain't the studio. It's just, well, you can call it studio here. Studio, and the studio be in your car nowadays. But sometimes I be sitting there recording, and then I could be writing. I've been wrote half the verse, and then freestyle the rest of the half of the verse. You know what I'm saying? And then I may start writing again, or I may freestyle half of it and start writing it down. You know, it just depends. I may just write 2 or 3 lines just so I can remember it. It's all about me getting it down. That's basically how I do my creation. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a foundated way that I create my music. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of let it flow. I don't never want to just force anything. You know what I mean?
With the bit, let the CSI clean the mess up,
What's next?
Shit, what's next? That's why I'm finna just let them see. Cause when I tell them, they don't listen. But when I just let them see it, they pay attention. One of the most coldest strategies was the element of surprise. You know what I'm saying? So I always say, I only advertise it when it's time for it to come out.
I'm about to wake them up, cause they still sleeping. I tell them nothing but the truth, but they don't believe me. Whipping grain while I'm switching lanes, I told them I'm leaving. Pull these knives out my back to stop the bleeding. But yet I'm achieving, I hustle for reason. When you see a real nigga going hard, the children is feeding. I play the game by the rules, you nigga were cheating. I told them nothing but the truth, but they didn't believe me. Nah, they didn't believe me. Young nigga with a sack, trying to fill up a bag. I played the game by the rules, I gave the trap all I had. All I wanted was a come up, working sundown to the sun. When the block hot, you a burner. Keep back smoking on the turner. I kept it real, they was fake. I should've known you would change on me. I cut the grass for them snakes. Smile in my face, you ain't my homie. See, I couldn't get a break. When I was down bad, I had to get it. When I was locked up.
You know, it could be in the streets or whatever the case may be. Who you think in this community itself played the most important role in your life?
It was the neighborhood. It's not really one person. It's like everybody played a part. That's why that's EASTVIEW. EASTVIEW was my inspiration. So if you're a part of it, you're the inspiration in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
I know, man. I know I ain't right. You know. But listen to the street poetry. Yeah. I bless the game, and these niggas hate that, why I hate this. My Scrilla is back, like I never been gone. Crib laid like I'm always home. The pushing man taking back the throne. I'm royalty, show no love, all you get is loyalty. This ain't rap, this street poetry. Don't get it twisted, the circle still right like the Taliban. I turn your neighborhood to Afghanistan with choppers in hand. I'm going back to my old ways. My partner stabbed me in the back and had me singing the old J's. He didn't want to pay for the 4 ways. What you want me to give it? I stay down, that's how I got my ticket. So I never miss friends with business. You show them too much, next thing you know, they breaking into your kitchen. Keep your eyes on your homies, keep your mind on your paper.
Keep your ears to the streets and your foot on the hater. It's like that. Yeah, it's like that. Stay strapped, they'll lay you down flat. They ain't real, they'll lay you down flat. Better stay strapped, my nigga, it's like that. Yeah, I said it's like that. Stay strapped, they'll lay you down flat. I swear they'll lay you down flat. Better stay strapped. The streets love me like Judas love Jesus, so I always keep a gas for the heater. I'm off the meter, I'm on a whole nother level. I came a long way from smoking kush with the devil. I'm speeding on the highway from hell, call it I-666. I'm riding dirty with a whole 36. I'm blessed, some don't make it out the pits. Smoking good on my cell bump, contemplating on how to get beyond the fence. This is resurrection. Hit on back with perfection. Doing 180, no driving and texting them focus. Meditating on the currency. I have a high ego, so I'm learning me, yeah. The chain gang made me fall, I lost it all. The money cost the house, even the broad. See, now it's big checks, is what I'm after. My father was the street, cause I was born a bastard, nigga. Yeah, it's like that. Better stay strapped and lay you flat. Yeah, they'll lay you down flat. It's like that, my nigga, it's like that. Yeah, they'll lay you down flat. Better stay strapped, my nigga, it's like that. I swear to God, it's like that. Better stay strapped, they'll lay you down flat.
Yeah, trap time. Yeah, that's what we call it, trap time. Yeah, I'm the one that coined that term.
Now we gonna get into that. I was living here.
Yeah, I knew it.
See, the time was called
trap time.
You know what I mean? Originator of that.
Yeah, that
That's
term.
a big claim.
That's a term. I created the term trap time. Yeah.
That's a big claim.
Yeah, I created the term trap time. Don't let nobody tell y'all different.